What's up, everybody? It's Alex from Heavy New York, invading Columbus, Ohio for Sonic Temple. Today we are here with Jerry of Papa Roach. Thank you for your time today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's so great to have you here. Who Do You Trust is your latest record.
Yes.
And what I was curious is this meant to be, was this meant to just be a direct follow-up to Crooked Teeth, or does this stand out more in your catalog in its own?
Well, I think that it's sort of a continuation of the last record. We worked with the same guys that we did the last record with, and some of the songs actually started out as songs that we had written for Crooked Teeth.
Okay.
We hadn't finished them. We didn't feel like they were 100%. So when we got back in to start Who Do You Trust, we kind of took a new look at them and brought them around to 100%. So
it's good that you brought it back, because you never know if the song you crop out will be on like a B-side and just be the
it's
biggest
true.
hit you guys ever have, right?
I know. It happens.
Yeah. Now, I've always thought that Papa Roach has many different styles. A song like Last Resort's very different from Scars, which is different from American Dreams,
Yeah.
Never Have to Say Goodbye, all that. So is it fair to say that each song calls for a new approach and you like to experiment with your sound?
Yeah, I mean, lately we've been kind of, instead of just getting in a room and jamming, like we'll actually get together and talk about themes or talk about kind of the vibe that we want, and really just hone in on everything before we start actually shedding wood or whatever. And things happen really quick now, and yeah, we have musical ADD, so we just kind of, if we're feeling something, we always just go for it. Whether, somebody might think, I don't know, we're always of the mind to try it out and see it to, until it kind of becomes work. And then if it gets to that point where it's like it's not really happening on its own, we just kind of set it aside, So, but yeah, we like a lot of different styles of music, and we're lucky to have fans that are receptive to to different styles and different stuff. So,
and it says a lot with who you've toured with too. I mean, you're playing right after Lamb of God tonight,
yeah.
But you've done tours with All That Remains and Killswitch Engage. You've tours with Five Finger Death Punch. You've done tours with Disturbed. Like, is it fair to say that, like, do you sometimes maybe like adjust your set list depending on the tours or the audiences you're playing?
We used to do that, but now it's like, I'll give you an example. We did a festival in Germany called Summer Breeze, and by the name you would think that it's kind of an alternative festival, but no, it's a complete metal festival. And we thought about adjusting our set list, and then we said, you know what, let's just be us, let's just do us, and let's play Scars, let's play Forever. And we did it, and they loved it, and it just kind of, it solidified to us that we can do what we do, and people are going to like it.
Yeah, so. It's very interesting. Now, you mentioned you have musical ADHD, but I still think at the same time, and maybe I'm contradicting myself by saying it, I could still tell it is Papa Roach in the end. Like, I feel like Jacoby's vocals tie everything together. There's a great guitar sound. Is there kind of like an underlying armature behind everything
I don't know if it's really a conscious thing. I think that maybe we kind of gravitate towards certain rhythms and, certain chord progressions, and maybe I think lately we kind of been stepping out of those normal things that we've been doing. But I think you're right. I think Jacoby's vocal really ties everything together.
Yeah. Definitely. Allows you guys to go all out and experiment. Jacoby's trapped.
Yep.
And I have two more questions for you, if that's cool. I think Papa Roach has some of the most dedicated fan bases ever, and that's something I've actually admired about you guys as musicians. When you hear a fan say that your music has helped me through a hard time, or this is what I got from this song, even if it's nothing like how you guys felt or wrote when you wrote this music, does that change your perception on the art when you first made it?
I think that I know especially for Jacoby that he uses songwriting as therapy, and he has a certain intention when he writes his lyrics, but once that's done, it becomes its own entity, and it's for people to really take in and view how they sort of putting the song into themselves, kind of. And I don't know that it really affects how we write the music, but it's nice to know that people connect with our music on a deeper level than like, that's a cool riff, you know.
Yeah.
It makes us feel good that we're able to be that vehicle for some people that can help them through a hard time.
Yeah, and I feel like the music is always open to interpretation too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, Scars, I would say, from Analyzing the Subject Matter, that's a very dark song, but I mean, with the melody behind it, it almost kind of has an anthem effect behind it as well.
That's something that is something that we've kind of honed in on a little bit, is that if we have a song that's kind of in a major key, that the lyrics will not be happy, just to kind of give it a little bit of an edge, a little bit of juxtaposition, because we just wouldn't feel right singing happy times with happy music, you know?
Yeah.
So
I can't tell you how many times people worked out to Last Resort when I was in high school. And the final question I wanted to ask you, I've been asking all the bands I've interviewed this. This is actually my first festival that I've ever working and ever attending too.
Nice.
So, you know, and working press and media at this is completely different from just doing it at a show or whatever.
Yep.
So for you as one of the performers, how different is this show or this festival versus just being on a regular tour?
I love doing festivals. I love it because, you know, we get to see, it's like kind of like high school reunion kind of thing, and or a family reunion where we know a lot of these bands that are out here, and being able to see them personally, and then also to watch them play, and then even see new bands. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So before we go, I'd like to thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I just know that you're hitting the road with Askin' Alexandria and Bad Wolves.
That's right.
Yep. I'll be seeing you guys at the New York City
cool.
show.
Right on.
Is there just anything else with the band that you would like to promote? Any shout-outs you'd like to give? This is going to be uploaded fairly quick, so if there's stuff planned for 2024, please.
No. I mean, that's it. We're doing a headlining tour in the summer with Asking Alexandria and Bad Wolves, and really looking forward to that. And keep your ears out for the next single, and it'll be good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jerry.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Everybody, Jerry of Papa Roach. Pick up Who Do You Trust if you haven't already. This is Alex from Heavy New York. We'll see you next time.